friends, welcome to the channel Data Science Demonstrated. In this video, I will show you a demo on cluster interpretation. Now, making clusters is easy and mathematical, but understanding what these clusters mean is not straightforward. But after watching this video, you will feel comfortable with cluster interpretation. We'll be first starting by setting up some data. Then we'll be using k-means algorithm to make clustering. We'll be then using radar chart to do the first level interpretation, and then we will use a very special technique called spotlighting to interpret the clusters with precision. The demo which I'll show you is available on my website experienceddatascience.com. You can also access it and configure it to your data. So let's get started. I'll be using a data set on cars. Now this data set has got information on various brands of cars, its technical characteristic as well as its price. The link to the data is in the description. Now let us set up this data on the platform experienceddatascience.com. So this is a no-code platform to learn data science. Now let me first start by logging in using Gmail. Now once I'm logged in, I can scroll down to Analytic Apps. The demo for cluster interpretation is available here. Alternatively, you can also go to See All Apps and then select Clustering. And then you will see the cluster interpretation app. Now let me go ahead and select this. So here I see available data sets. Now I've already set up the cars data set so that you can directly use it. So you can select it and then copy it to your data. In a short while, it will be available in your data sets. Now, if you want to work with your data, you can also use the add data functionality. But for the moment, let me select this data set and go ahead with analytics. So in this app, I see three tabs. So first, let us use the data tab to analyze the data. Now let me select a number of records to display as 10. And then let me also select all the columns. I will go ahead and run it. And in a while, the data is displayed. So you'll see that the data which was in Excel is now available in the platform. Now let us go to the next step of clustering. So first let me select the columns for clustering. I will select all the columns except the ID and make of the car. So essentially we are doing clustering based on the technical characteristic of the car. Now let us say we want to make 3 clusters. So I will put in 3 over here. Now the output of the clustering will be a scatter plot. And there are various ways to display clustering output. And one of the most common ways is to use the PCA technique. So let me choose here Auto PCA. Spotlighting is a way to also further analyze clustering results. So let us select here few fields which will help us to apply this special technique of spotlighting. I will also save the output of clustering as a data set so that we can further analyze the clusters. Now let me run, and in a while I will get my clustering results. The good news is that the clusters are well formed and very visible. I see the blue, green and the red cluster. However, the not so good news is that the real work to understand what these clusters signify is yet to be done. Now let us use the radar chart to interpret the clusters. But before that, let us first change the data set. So we'll be using the data which was generated by the clustering. So I can go in the select data set and I see another data set which is the output of clustering. So if you don't see it, you can always hit refresh. So let me go ahead and select this particular data set. And once again, let me display what is inside the data. So I see the output of clustering. I see fields such as PCA fields as well as the cluster number to which the car belongs. Now let us analyze and interpret these clusters using the radar chart. Now the radar chart can include multiple groups. So let us set it to the clusters. Here you will see all the numerical values in the data. So let us select all the fields which we had earlier selected to make the clusters. The same thing also for the categorical fields. I will set some other options and let us run. And in a while you will see a nice looking radar chart. Now let me select the theme as clean purple orange so that the color of the radar chart matches that with the clusters. So the color of the groups correspond to the clusters, which is the red, green and blue. The left hand side of the chart has numeric fields in the data and the right hand side has got the categorical fields. Now let us go one step further by analyzing the difference between the red, green and the blue groups. So you'll observe that the numeric fields which are on the left hand side have a clear separation between the red, green and the blue areas. However, the categorical fields on the right hand side do not have a clear separation and are kind of mixed up. So this implies that the numeric fields are a good candidate to interpret the clusters. Let us now take the cluster interpretation to the next level with the spotlighting technique. Now, spotlighting is a way to highlight certain data without hiding the rest. So to demonstrate this technique, we will take our scatter plot which was shown earlier. Here we will go ahead and select one of the numerical fields, vary to see its value and then spotlight which are the dots which gets highlighted. So let us start with the price. So you will observe that when I select the price between 0 and approximately 100,000, the red cluster is highlighted and the other clusters become colorless. However, they do not disappear. So this is called spotlighting. It is much more powerful than filtering, as all the data are still on the visualization. So we can say that the red cluster, which is the small car cluster, is all the cars which are priced less than approximately 11,000. Now similarly, we can spotlight the blue cluster, and we see that the blue cluster is a mid-size car cluster with the cars above 11,000 as well as a weight less than 3,000. And similarly, the green cluster is the large size car cluster with all the cars above 11,000 as well as a weight more than 3,000. So hopefully my friends, you have enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the video. You can also visit the website experiencedatascience.com and try to customize this demo to your data. Thank you very much.